Believe it or not, any modern application contains some sort of file uploading in order to enable various user features. Now, file uploading is a beast in itself because not only you are responsible for uploading the files, but you are also responsible for making sure that the files are having correct policies and permissions associated to it. On top of that, the modern user has also come to expect certain other niceties apart from the plain and old file storage. You need to generate the thumbnails, you need to serve the files over CDN, you also need to make sure that you transform the files where they can be easily stored and later retrieved from the client application so that the entire application remains snappy and fast. In order to do that, you are going to spend a lot of time into building all of those things into your application, and then you have to also ensure that all the services are up to date and all things work seamlessly. Now, this is going to be a lot of tasks when you simply want to introduce some sort of other functionality which is not revolving around file storage. But file storage is a crucial part of your application, so you need to do it. So this is where MediaLit comes in. It is going to take away all the load off your shoulders when it comes to the file upload part, because the file upload will be taken care of by MediaLit, and then you can go back focusing on your main USP. So let me show you how MediaLit can help you in integrating file upload in your service in under 5 minutes. So in order to get started with MediaLit, you have to go to MediaLit.cloud and you have to click on the Get Started for Free button. You will be taken to the SaaS application. I am already logged into the application, so I was not greeted with the login screen. In case you are not logged in, you will be seeing a login screen. Just simply type in your email address and then you will be getting an OTP on your email address. Simply type in the OTP and then you will be greeted with this screen. So over here, we are going to create a new application. I will call it Demo2 and just click on this card. You will be taken to the Demo2 application, and over here, over to the settings tab, because as of now we have not uploaded anything, so files are not yet there. So go to settings tab, and over here we are interested in this API key, because this is how the REST API is going to identify which client is uploading what image, and it is going to associate your image with your account. So copy this API key and then fire up your REST API client. I am using Postman, but you can use any REST API client that you want to. In case you want to also have a look at the documentation, this documentation is also available at MediaLit.cloud, and then just click on this docs button and go to this REST API guide. You will get to see all the documentation. So what we are going to do, we are going to upload a file now. So we will copy over this API endpoint, paste it here, switch the HTTP verb to post, and come to the body tab. In this tab, we are going to select form data, and then we are going to create a new key called file. We will also change the type to file. We will select a file. I'm going to select this screenshot file. All the files that you are going to upload are going to be private by default, which means that you cannot access it directly. You need to have a signed URL in order to access that file. So for the time being, we are going to upload a public file. In order to do that, we have to set the access property, and we will set it to public. You can set it to public or private. On top of that, we have to use API key, and in here we are going to plug in that API key that we have obtained from here. This is how the REST API is going to identify which client is sending the data to the service, and we will press send, and voila, our file has been uploaded. Since we created a public upload, we are getting to see this shorter URL, and if I click on this URL, I will be taken to the actual file. Here you can see the file is getting served via a CDN. So this ensures that your file deliveries are always fast. We have also generated a thumbnail for you, so that in case you are creating some sort of dashboard and you do not want to render bigger files in the dashboard in order to see the overview, you can use this thumbnail file. So this thumbnail file is much smaller in size, and we also convert it automatically to the WebP format, so it is faster to send over the wire. See, this is the thumbnail file and this is the actual file. So thumbnails are by default 16:9 ratio. Over here, you also get to see the media ID. The media ID comes real handy when you want to delete this file. So let's suppose I want to delete this file. I will create yet another request. I will switch the method to delete. I will copy over this part of the URL from the earlier request, and then will type in /delete. I will come to the body part. In here, I will select raw. and then JSON. And then over here, I will type in the body. I will type in the API key. Again, the API key can be copy pasted from here. And before we hit the delete button, we first of all should see that whether the file was uploaded correctly or not. We have already got our information from here, but let's see on the dashboard as well. So if you head over to the files, you will get to see that your file was right here. So if you click on it, you will get to see all the details related to the file. The same details that are visible here are also visible on here. Since it is a public file, as you can see here, the public toggle is switched on. You are also getting to see MIME tab and things like that. So everything that you can see over here is also visible from the dashboard. So from the dashboard, you can visualize how many files you have uploaded and how much storage you are consuming. You cannot upload files using this dashboard because this is by design. We may introduce file upload directly via dashboard, but as of now, that functionality is not yet there. Let's delete this file now. If I hit send, it will not work because we have forgotten a key update. Remember, I told you that this media ID would come handy in order to delete it. That's where we need to copy this media ID and then we need to put it over here. This is how the service is going to recognize which account is trying to delete a file and which file is getting deleted. If you hit send, voila, your file has been deleted. And if we head over to the dashboard again and if we hit refresh, we will see that our file is gone. Now let's talk about private files. So while uploading this file again, let's remove this property and send. The file has been uploaded, but this time you are getting to see this longer URL. This longer URL is also containing a signature, and this signature remains valid for a certain period of time, which means that if this signature is not there or this signature has expired, your file will not be accessible. Thumbnail files are always accessible by default. They do not require signed URLs for access because thumbnails are always required to be shown even on the non-authorized screens. Now, if I click on this file, I will see this file, but if I strip this part, the signature part from this, you will see that the file is now non-accessible to me. And also after a certain period, this signature will expire. So in that case as well, I need to re-obtain the signed URL from the service itself. And this is where the media ID will help you out again. So in case you want to obtain the signed URL again, what you need to do, you need to make yet another request to an endpoint called this. Copy this part, paste it here and then /get. Again, copy this part from the delete and go to body, switch to JSON, paste it here and then use that media ID here. Oops, I made a mistake. Let's obtain that media ID, which is this. Paste it over here, switch the HTTP verb to post and hit send and you will get a signed URL again. So if you want to get a signed URL again and again, you need to send a request to this endpoint along with the media ID and the API key and you will get a signed URL which will remain valid for a certain period of time. So this is how you can give temporary access to the private files from your service to your end users. I hope this video was helpful and all of the things that I have demonstrated are listed in our tutorial. So you can have a look at this particular URL. The URL will also be listed in the video description. In the next video, I am going to demonstrate how to integrate MediaLit with the Next.js application. So see you around in the next video.